What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Today I'm out here in Goodale Park in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. Today I want to talk to you about Simone Biles and her husband Jonathan Owens. So Simone Biles, she recently clapped back at her haters because she was being goaded on to divorce her husband. Now, why was she being goaded on by the sisterhood to divorce her husband? What will make them tell her to leave someone that she's been with since, I believe, 2020? Seems like a good guy. Well, recently, her husband went on the Pivot podcast, and basically he said that he was the catch. And so I guess that angered the sisterhood because they want to be worshiped. They don't tend to want to be asked what they're bringing to the table or what type of value that they bring. It's all about what the man can bring. And so we all know Simone Biles is a successful, world-renowned gymnast who's probably wealthy at this point through her endorsements and things like that. But her husband, he's considered a high-value man, and he has the 666, you know, the mark of the beast that the sisterhood likes, where basically he's over 6 feet tall, he makes six figures, and he has a six-pack. So you would think that this would be the man that they would want her to be with. But when he went on the Pivot podcast and he actually said that, you know, the man is the prize, that angered the sisterhood. And so basically what I want to say to any woman who's married, not even just Simone Biles, if you're married, I want you to understand that the devil is going to try to attack your marriage. Okay, so the one way that they do that is by having having a sisterhood, you know, friends or family members, other women come and whisper in your ear. You know, just like in the Bible when the serpent came and whispered in Eve's ear, that's what'll happen nowadays. They'll say, you can do better than him. He's not good for you. There's something else out there for you. You need to go ahead and get divorced, leave your marriage, you know, and you know, you need to look into your self-care, and, you know, you need to develop yourself and all of this other BS that they talk about nowadays. So if you're married, you and your spouse, it's basically you against the world, because the devil is going to try and get in between your bond, and they're going to try and break that bond. But one thing I want you to realize, the whole Jedi mind trick behind the sisterhood and what they do and what they're trying to do to Simone Biles. And fortunately, Simone Biles is smart enough to realize that the sisterhood is full of BS. Okay, she's not going for it. She's sticking by her man, because this is the reason why. As soon as the sisterhood gets her to divorce her husband, two things is going to happen. The first thing is that Simone Biles is going to be out here by herself. The sisterhood's going to abandon her. And then the second thing that's going to happen is that the sisterhood is going to go after her man. And one thing I want you to understand, guys, there was a classic movie by Robert Townsend called Hollywood Shuffle. And in that movie, Robert Townsend, he was trying to get a role in Hollywood, you know. So it'll be all these black actors, and they would cast them for these stereotypical black roles like pimps, drug dealers, slaves, and all that. And so he goes to a casting to be a pimp. And so he's sitting there waiting to go in for his audition, and the guy sitting next to him basically says, hey man, you know, this is some BS what these white people are trying to make us out to be, these stereotypical roles. He's like, I wouldn't even do this if I were you. But you know, Robert Townsend, he gets the role, just like Simone got the role of wife. So he got the role. And then after he gets the role, he started thinking to himself, like, you know what, this is not the thing that I want to do. You know, I didn't feel really good about this role. And so, you know what, he quits in the middle of a scene. He walks off and he says, you know, I can't do this, you know. And that same guy who told Robert Townsend that they were trying to make a mockery of black folks by making us play these roles, he stepped up to the plate, and he couldn't wait to be in that role. He couldn't wait to take the position of Robert Townsend. It's the same thing with Simone Biles. She's playing the role of wifey to Jonathan Owens. The sisterhood is trying to talk her out of her role as a wife. And as soon as, or if she takes the bait, as soon as she takes the bait and files for divorce from her husband, those same women in that sisterhood are going to be there to try and take her husband and take on the role of wifey. So don't fall for it. Many women in this time that we're living in now, they're falling for it like crazy. They're leaving their families, they're divorcing their husbands, they're splitting up their families with children. And I'm telling y'all right now, don't fall for it. The sisterhood is a lie, and that's my take on it. Please subscribe to this channel. Please hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one.